Thank you for welcoming me onto your screens. I'm Eddie, and this is the Rollback. And today, folks, I'll be reviewing Fast and Furious 9, or Hot Wheels, the musical. Or Hot Wheels, this franchise is getting out of hand. Yeah, franchise is getting out of hand. So Fast and Furious 9, Dominic Toretto and his crew are back. This time, their opposition comes in the way of his little brother, Jacob. Um, and the possibility of world domination. So instead of the world's governments trusting trained agents, they're going to trust car runners. Don't think too much about it. So here's the thing. Fast and Furious 9 is a dumb movie franchise for dumb movie franchise sake. I didn't expect a lot from this movie, and it's still disappointed actually in what I did expect. So cards on the table, I actually really liked the Fast and Furious franchise initially. I was a big fan of first one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, and the sixth. To me, those are the best ones. To me, actually, the fifth and sixth are the two best ones because the first one has The Rock and their heist in Brazil, which is still semi grounded in reality, and then the other one has just the highlights of even The Rock is working with them. That shit's hilarious. This movie doesn't feel like that. This movie feels a little bit like too much. I understand the whole idea that they're on the run. I understand the whole idea of Dom is trying to be retired because he has a son and he's trying to raise and he doesn't want any more violence or whatnot. I get it to some degree, but also there's so many things that could have been better about this movie. And I think that's really the problem I have is the execution. Because there's ego in this movie and it bleeds heavily. So this movie is it has a lot of flashback sequences of Dom when he was younger and when his father died and how him and his brother dealt with the issue, how Dom blamed his brother, and because of that, he never spoke to him for 20 years seemingly. And it confronts those hard issues. Trip being though, there are a few gaps, there are a few holes in the story. And I know Fast and Furious having plot holes, yes, because it could have been executed better. Vin Diesel has a clause in his contract that he's not allowed to lose fights. Also, I know for a fact Vin Diesel has a huge say in a lot of these stories in the way that they play out. The fact that John Cena plays a great Jacob, by the way. He plays a great villain. He's intimidating. He's a force. And I'm a huge wrestling fan. He could have been a great villain and a great counter to Dom if Vin Diesel had let him win a fucking fight. And I say that angrily because they couldn't do what they did with The Rock. They built up The Rock in Fast and Furious 5 to be almost an equal to Dom. He was able to take him on physically, and it showed. In this movie, Jacob is never really able to beat Dom down completely. He's never able to overwhelm him. He's just, smarter than him. He outplays him, and then in the end, they forgive him because of the final. But I think that's the biggest problem is, for one, Jacob should have beaten Dom. It should have been a moment. And even if you want to save your character, just have him refuse to fight. I'm not going to fight you, Jacob. I'm not going to kill you. And just have him, have Jacob, fight me. And Dom's it's okay, little brother. It's okay. I forgive you. I'm sorry for everything I did to you. Imagine that. That would have broken my heart. But instead, they just have Dom keep winning these fights and through blunt force and whatnot. Why? And then I feel like Roman and Tesh's relationship, although great, their brotherhood's awesome, fell flat again. Just a lot of this movie is not executed very well. And in addition to all that, also the fact that Mia comes back, because obviously it's her brother too. She's a badass. She's a great driver. That for some reason they forget about that. Han's death, which somehow opens the door for Giselle's death. What the fuck is going on? Why this? Why that? There was a body. We buried you. Did no one go check if Han's body was in the damn coffin? Also, they brought back Lucas Black. They brought back the guy from from Tokyo Drift that I've been wanting him to come back forever, and they brought him back as a rocket scientist. Like, God damn it! Like, why wasn't he a driver? I understand the need to not bring back Brian. I get it, Paul Walker and whatnot. But you're gonna fucking like, ah, this movie was so frustrating and it could have been done better. Shit, maybe I'll do a video of how I can do it better. Fuck it. I'll do that video. Eventually. I'll iron out the kinks. But nonetheless, the execution of this movie is not the best, and it is frustrating because of that. That's why I didn't really enjoy this movie, because I see the elements and how they could have been used better. It's like a chef watching someone butcher a wagyu steak. Like, you don't do it like that, you know. It's frustrating. I'm sure fans of the Fast and Furious franchise, they don't necessarily go to the movies for their story. For the story, look, if you want action sequences, it has action sequences. They jump the shark and they go to fucking space, for God's sake. It's by no means a terrible movie. It's just there's so much better they could have done to make this story mean more. And with that, the movie gets better. Praise the action sequences, praise some of the performances. Story's lacking. For what it's worth, I thought the flashbacks were great. Like, those were probably the highlights because they give you a more emotional depth into Dom. And they went back to the old school street racing. But nonetheless, that was my review of Fast and Furious 9. Man, like a D plus. Yeah, that low. And again, that's because if you're not going to watch any of them, just watch Fast and Furious 5 and 6. Those two are awesome. You don't need any context. Those two movies are great. This one, not so much. This one very much, falls down the teeter. But the good news is, according to Vin Diesel, they're only going to do 2 more. He said, like, all right, we got about 5 movies left, and that was after Fast and Furious 6. So every time a new one has to come out, he has said, okay, we have about 4 more, we have 3 more. Now we're down to 2. We're only going to do 2 more of these movies. Thank God. I don't know how the hell they're multiple billion-dollar movies, but okay. We got 2 left in the chamber. Hopefully they can finish off strong. Profound. So that's going to wrap up the review for today. There should be another review coming out today and an episode of the podcast. Do me a favor, listen to that. We appreciate it. Also, we do have a podcast. You can listen to it via any of the links down below. I was Eddie, and this is the